Hyenas engage through tightening formations and relentless pressure. In the hunt, they do not rely on individual strength, but prevail through coordinated discipline as a group. Each step forward reduces space and disrupts the rhythm of response. Even other predators remain cautious in the face of such sustained pressure. In the wild, what is more formidable than an opponent that never lets go? Zebras, symbols of endurance on the open plains, remain among the most difficult targets for hyenas to approach. An adult can reach speeds of over 40 miles per hour, with powerful rear kicks that force predators to keep their distance. Yet across the grasslands of East Africa, spotted hyenas remain willing to challenge them. Weighing around 180 pounds, they do not rush in recklessly, but rely on persistence to wear their target down. When one individual begins to slow or loses rhythm after a long run, pressure quickly builds from the edges of the group. The zebra reacts instantly, lowering its center of gravity and delivering sharp backward kicks to push the pursuers away. Under that resistance, the hyenas spread out, keep their distance, and then regroup once more. After miles of pursuit under intense heat, the zebra's pace begins to fade. Its kicks become less frequent and lose precision. The strain becomes visible on a body weighing around 770 pounds. Eventually, it can no longer maintain a safe distance, and the encounter comes to a close. This is not only a test of strength, but a measure of discipline and endurance. The African savanna is home to many animals with remarkable strength. Yet the rhinoceros holds a unique position, defined by its ability to defend itself. A hide nearly 2 inches thick acts as natural armor, combined with a horn around 3 feet long, enough to keep many predators at a distance, including lions. But that advantage is not absolute, especially when patient hunters begin to emerge from the edges of the landscape. During periods of food scarcity, spotted hyenas begin to test these limits. At first, they approach an adult showing signs of weakness. Despite sustained pressure, the thick hide and powerful charges of an animal weighing over 4,000 pounds quickly push them back. Rather than extending the risk, the clan shifts toward a more accessible target. They redirect their focus to a mother and calf. With persistence, they follow closely, creating constant disturbance to divide the mother's attention and search for an opening around the smaller individual. The standoff stretches over several hours until fading light begins to change the conditions. With stronger night vision and lasting endurance, the hyenas gradually gain control of the situation. Even when they cannot overcome a fully healthy opponent, hyenas stand out for their adaptability. They readily make use of remains from natural causes rather than exceeding their limits. In the wild, this reflects a lesson about timing, boundaries, and choice. Spotted hyenas and lions stand as two of the most formidable rivals on the savanna, where every encounter reveals the intense pressure of survival. While lions possess superior physical strength, hyenas can shift the balance through coordinated discipline, endurance, and constant pressure. Encounters often begin when a male lion, or a weakened individual, becomes separated from the group in the open grassland. From the edges of the brush, short calls signal others to join. Once the formation reaches roughly 4-to-1, the hyenas avoid direct confrontation. They rotate positions, forcing the lion to turn repeatedly and gradually lose its advantage. Under the harsh heat of the savanna, this sustained pressure can disrupt even a powerful big cat, often leading it to withdraw. Hyenas become especially effective when a lion has just finished a hunt and its energy is already reduced. With strong coordination, they arrive at the right moment, using sound, formation, and steady pressure to push the situation in their favor. Without needing a prolonged pursuit, the group can gain the advantage through persistence and timing. This rivalry reveals a clear pattern. Individual strength may dominate a single moment, but disciplined teamwork shapes the balance of survival over time. Across Africa, the African buffalo stands like a living fortress, nearly impossible to breach. An adult can weigh around 1,800 pounds, equipped with a solid, fused set of horns that curve into a natural shield. Physical strength combined with herd discipline allows them to maintain a powerful defensive system, one that keeps many predators at a distance. Yet even the strongest structure can reveal moments of vulnerability. From far across the landscape, a clan of spotted hyenas detects signs of weakness within the herd. Their sharp sense of smell allows them to identify a target without moving too close. This time, it is a mother that has recently given birth, with reduced energy reserves. Aware of the danger posed by the horns, the hyenas avoid direct engagement. They move along the outer edges, applying pressure from multiple directions and creating constant disturbance to disrupt focus. The steady pace forces the mother to keep turning, while the calf gradually drifts away from the center of protection. The encounter closes in the quiet of the grassland. For hyenas, success rates often remain below 60%. On the savanna, nature never grants a permanent advantage to any one species. spotted hyenas are formidable not only when facing prey and competing predators, but also within their own society. In this system, a strict matriarchal structure determines power, access to food, and breeding opportunities. When status is challenged, they may even turn against members of their own kind. Within a clan, females hold the highest rank and maintain clear dominance. They gain priority access to food and pass that advantage on to the next generation. But when an older individual begins to lose control, or when lower-ranking alliances sense an opportunity, internal conflict can rise quickly. These encounters serve to reshape the social hierarchy. With a bite force often noted at around 1,000 pounds per square inch, hyenas apply pressure through gripping force, rapid vocalizations, and the collective presence of allied individuals. Those that lose position can be pushed to the lower levels of the system. Tension intensifies during the dry season when food becomes scarce and survival pressure builds across the entire clan. In those moments, the ability to hold a place within the group becomes essential. In that world, members of the same species are not only support, but at times the most demanding challenge of all. If hyenas rely on endurance and the pressure of numbers, African wild dogs stand out through speed and precise coordination. Weighing only around 70 pounds, this predator achieves a success rate close to 80%, among the highest on the savanna. Yet just as a hunt comes to an end, and the pack begins to share its meal, familiar calls echo from a distance. Hyenas appear along the edges, keeping their distance as they observe and wait for the right moment. The pressure does not come from speed, but from persistence and the ability to exploit small gaps in the opposing formation. A single misstep from one wild dog can quickly shift the balance. The hunters that had just succeeded are suddenly forced into a defensive position. As more hyenas gather, pressure builds around exposed openings, eventually pushing the pack to abandon the meal and withdraw to preserve their strength. On the savanna, this is more than a contest over food. It is a test between two survival strategies, where coordination and the ability to maintain rhythm determine who leaves with the final reward. On the Serengeti grasslands, spotted hyenas are not merely opportunists, but strategists of endurance. Their targets often include wildebeest, weighing around 550 pounds, a powerful animal that demands coordination and careful pacing to overcome. The pursuit does not begin with maximum speed. Instead, the clan spreads out, maintaining a steady pace of about 37 miles per hour under intense heat. They take turns in the chase, applying continuous pressure over distances exceeding 3 miles, gradually disrupting the target's stability. As the running rhythm begins to slow, the formation tightens. There is no need for a single decisive burst, as the accumulated pressure steadily shifts the balance. By the time the encounter comes to a close, much of the hyena's food supply comes from active hunts. This highlights a key principle. Endurance and the ability to control pace are the true deciding factors in their hunting strategy. The crocodile strikes at the exact moment its target believes the water is safe. At the river's edge, every creature must approach what it both needs and fears. The most dangerous predator rarely reveals itself too soon. It allows the other to step into a disadvantage before closing in with precision. Why does the water become the most dangerous hotspot in the animal kingdom? The cheetah is one of the most remarkable speed designs on the savanna. With a deep chest, long, slender legs, and a spine that flexes like a spring, it can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour in just a few strides. Yet this optimization comes with a clear weakness. Its lightweight frame makes it less suited for direct struggles, especially on slippery terrain like the water's edge. That weakness becomes evident whenever the cheetah lowers its head to drink. This posture narrows its field of view. At the same time, its advantage in speed is no longer effective when distance suddenly shortens. Subtle ripples on the surface are quickly detected by the crocodile, triggering an ancient hunting instinct. In a single slowed moment, the water erupts, turning the riverbank into a place where the line between safety and danger fades. It is a lesson other cheetahs cannot ignore. In later crossings, or when approaching the water, heightened awareness helps them react in time to avoid danger below. In those moments, legs built for speed are no longer used to sprint, but to pivot and evade a sudden surge from the water. In nature, speed only holds true value when it is paired with the ability to choose where it is safe to survive. Crocodiles and hippos share the freshwater systems of Africa, yet they represent two very different forms of power. The crocodile is a silent ambush predator, relying on patience, concealment, and sudden close-range strikes. The hippo, in contrast, is defined by intense territorial behavior, a body that can exceed 3,000 pounds, and jaws that can open to nearly 150 degrees as a warning display. This contrast is why crocodiles rarely choose direct confrontation with an alert adult hippo. Opportunities usually appear at the edge of the group, when a calf drifts away from its mother or moves beyond the protective circle by a few feet. In that moment, the seemingly calm water can become a point of ambush. The crocodile quietly closes the distance, taking advantage of the calf's inexperience before the mother's defense can fully form. But once the mother appears, the situation shifts almost instantly. She moves forward, pressing the crocodile back toward areas where other adult hippos are present. Under the pressure of massive bodies, decisive reactions, and strong protective instincts, the crocodile recognizes that staying would place it at a disadvantage. The lesson for an ambush predator is clear. Withdrawing at the right moment is not failure, but the most effective way to survive. Lions have long been seen as symbols of power on the African grasslands. An adult male can weigh around 420 pounds, with dense muscles, strong jaws, and explosive short bursts of speed. Yet a lion's true strength lies not only in its physical ability, but also in territory control, pride coordination, and the pressure it places on nearly every land rival. That dominance begins to weaken when the lion approaches the boundary between land and water. On a hot afternoon, the scent of food near the river draws a large male toward the bank. The calm surface appears harmless, but beneath it lies the crocodile's domain. In an instant, the murky water erupts. A crocodile surges upward in a rapid ambush, forcing the lion into a reactive position on unfavorable ground. The powerful animal can only respond on instinct before quickly retreating to shore. The risk grows even greater when a lion must cross the river. Clouded water conceals the crocodile's approach, turning each stroke into a test of survival. For younger lions, curiosity and thirst can lead them too close to still water, where the margin of safety shrinks to just a few dozen feet. In reality, there have been recorded instances of crocodiles overpowering lions when they enter the water or move too close to ambush zones. This serves as a reminder that the title of strongest does not belong to one species in every place. For an adult crocodile, antelope are among the most vital sources of survival, especially when the dry season forces herds to gather at the water's edge. Yet, overcoming these targets has never been simple. Antelope are built with explosive muscle, sharp horns, and powerful kicks. Their sudden bursts of speed often allow them to escape danger in an instant. Among them, the impala remains the most common target, even as it maintains constant vigilance. Each time it lowers its head to drink, it repeatedly lifts it to scan for the slightest change in its surroundings. Reading this rhythm, the marsh predator waits patiently near the bank, choosing the precise moment to disturb the surface. Even though an impala can leap up to about 10 feet high, a sudden close-range surge can still halt that escape. With waterbuck, the encounter takes on a different pattern. Their oily, water-resistant coat allows them to move into deeper water to shake off land predators. However, this decision can lead them directly into a crocodile's hidden position. In that environment, their advantage on land is no longer effective. When facing larger species such as kudu or eland, the crocodile must draw the encounter into deeper water. Without firm ground beneath them, the antelope's physical strength is noticeably reduced. At that point, a bite force estimated at around 3,000 pounds per square inch becomes a decisive advantage. Despite its formidable ambush strategy, a crocodile's success rate is only about 30%. This number reflects the unforgiving reality of survival in the wild. Under the vast skies of East Africa, the Great Migration stands as one of the most intense survival journeys on Earth. More than 1.5 million wildebeest travel long distances in search of fresh grasslands. But the greatest challenge lies not on the savanna, but in the rivers that block their path. The Mara River appears as a stark boundary between opportunity and risk. Murky water, steep banks, and slick mud quickly strip away the wildebeest's mobility, turning the crossing point into an ideal setting for Nile crocodiles to wait in ambush. As pressure builds from behind, those at the front are almost forced to move first. It is in the moment of disrupted formation that crocodiles apply their most effective strategy. They do not need to pursue over long distances. Instead, they wait for the current, the crowding, and the rising tension to slow their targets. A single misstep in the water, a brief loss of balance, and the advantage can shift instantly. With large bodies and powerful jaws, crocodiles rely on position and timing to dominate in the water. In that environment, land speed is no longer a reliable advantage, and herd instinct cannot always hold formation. Each crossing of the Mara River becomes not just a passage, but a demanding test of survival. Here, the winner is not always the fastest, but the one that understands where its advantage truly lies. On the African savanna, African wild dogs are among the most effective pack hunters on land. Each adult typically weighs around 70 pounds. They are not as massive as lions, but they make up for it with endurance, speed, and precise coordination in every chase. When the dry season stretches on, thirst drives the entire pack to the most dangerous place, the water's edge. Beneath the muddy river, the crocodile nearly disappears in the shallow water. It stays low beneath the surface, revealing only subtle signs, just enough to mislead eyes tired from the heat. When one member of the pack steps close to the bank, the margin of safety narrows within seconds. The crocodile can burst forward with remarkable speed over short distances. The water suddenly churns. forcing the pack to pull back and break formation. In that instant, the advantage of numbers is no longer enough to control the situation. At other times, when the wild dogs drive their prey toward the water's edge, the crocodile quickly seizes the opportunity to claim a share. The result of an entire pursuit can shift in a single moment. In the wild, advantage never fully belongs to one species across every terrain. Nature continues to move with every breath of the vast savanna. The hyenas move on, but the echo of the encounter still lingers. Each track left behind reflects instinct, pressure, and the rules of survival. In the wild, no moment truly passes without meaning. Like and subscribe to keep following the powerful stories of nature.